Hey, let's do some training on CPC Broker. Our actual tied link is called CPC Traffic Monster. Let's show you right here. It's CPC Traffic Monster. This is actually where we're actually tied to. We are an affiliate, but we're actually a paid affiliate. We actually had to buy in to be able to get this to you guys. So we want to make sure that you have our stuff at CPC Traffic Monster. Excuse me. How do you know it's ours? Well, number one, we have a custom page, and our custom page has my video, Justin Veringia, Toby and Layla, Tracy Walker, and so we want to be able to show you. I wanted to be able to show you how I use CPC Broker. It's one of our more consistent sources. I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't spend a ton of money. What is a ton? I wouldn't spend $50,000 a month with them. But they do a couple of things, and to this day, I still buy traffic from them. So what you want to do is first log in. All right, so I'm going to log in. And so right now, today's the 7th. Actually, today's the 10th. I still have some traffic going through it. I've been buying some smaller ones. I believe, the way I wanted to do it was, instead of doing auto ship, you can do auto ship, but the way I wanted to do it was I wanted to buy these $600 packages and send it to one capture page, right? And then when I send to one capture page, when it's done, I then look at the analysis of it, right? So another way you can do it is you can send traffic and then you can split it to two different capture pages. I've done this before. It just takes more work because you have to figure out, well, how much did you split? Did you split it correctly? And then you do your analysis, all right? Analysis. So how do you split this? There's two ways you can split this. You can use something called PrettyLink. PrettyLink. I think it's just one T. And then there's HyperTracker. There's some other ones too, This one's free. I believe you can do. This one's paid. I would just use PrettyLink. But the thing with PrettyLink is you actually have to have your own hosted WordPress blog. Can't use Empower. You install it, then you can start splitting off some stuff. So I was to say, maybe not even split it. I mean, for the average user, you probably don't want to go down that road yet. You might as well just buy a smaller package of say $200 and then send it to one capture page and do a test. So what do I mean by actually doing analysis? Well, let me show you. So first thing I want to do is you have a URL. Okay, so I'm picking this capture page. I'm doing a test for this capture page. And if you notice, I have my username right here. Everyone has this capture page. You just look into your Empower back office. But I broke off this and CB. So it's and, if I can write it and, let me see if I can write this. And I did CB law 6. Now this is arbitrary. You can do whatever you want. And is where the magic happens. If you look right here, I put and right next to my username Spoon. Okay, so whatever your username is, you put your username, and then you want to put an and for tracker, and then whatever your identifier is. Okay, so for me, I wanted to do CB Law 6. CB was for CPC Broker. That's my acronym for CPC Broker. You can do whatever you want. You can put C, you can put CPC, you can put CBC. I don't care what you put. But I did CB. I did law just because, I mean, I have some other CB stuff going through there. So I said CB law, and I said 6 because this is my 6th test using a specific method. Okay, so CB law 6. And so the reason you do this is because you want to be able to figure out if there's a lead who comes in. All right, if there's a lead who comes in, you can actually tie it back to see if this capture page brought something in. Right, and let me show you real time how that works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Aweber. So I haven't actually gotten much traffic on this one yet. I've gotten 200 clicks, 82 cents, spent 500, and I don't have a daily limit. Some of you are like, dang, I've spent way too much too fast. Well, just click this and put a limit on there. I don't want to spend more than $10. I don't want to spend more than $5. You can do whatever you want to do. I just instead of me limiting the actual flow, I just limit the amount of funding I give them. And then when it ends, I check back and just buy another package. Okay. So for right now, I only have 216 clicks. Okay. So let's look through here. Let me log in. So EM Lawrence is my is what I've been using for Empower. And if I go to subscribers, this is what you do. You want to go to what is called add URL. okay, and go to contains, I'm going to put CB Law 6. See, that's the identifier that I put right here, CB Law 6, okay? So CB Law 6, hit search. All right, so I have 41 subscribers. So if I were to click this person right here, it will say CB Law 6. You see that? So I've gotten 41 subscribers. So if I look at this again and I want to do my numbers, this is what happens. So I open up like a spreadsheet page or something and I go, okay, CB Law 6 got me, what, 40, is it 41? Sorry. 41. Okay, so 41. So let's actually make a spreadsheet so you can kind of see what I'm doing, how I think, and how I believe you should think too on how to do this. New document, blank. All right, let me see if I can increase this so you can see it and view, zoom in. Okay. So the first thing is, well, let's see, okay, let's see how many clicks I have. Let's see how many clicks. That's how much I spent. That's how many leads. All right. That's pretty simple stuff. Okay, so from this one, I've had 216 clicks. I've spent so far 177.28. And 41 leads. All right. So what you can derive from this, you can go ahead and say cost per lead, right? How much is it costing you per lead? So what you do is you just go equals this divided by that. So I'm paying about 432. Now, whenever this whole campaign finishes, say this is like, 500. See, it's going to change and my leads would change too though. So maybe I have 80 leads at that point. So it's like $6, but I don't know yet. Okay, so but currently right now, and then we can put date, and then we can say January 10th, 2013. Okay, so you can kind of see this. So I'm doing clicks, cost, leads, cost per lead. Now, where you kind of really want to go is figuring out how many sales you got. All right, now the only way you can find sales is you have to go to your Empower. And let's say in your Empower, you have a new member. And let's say that new member is nuvoemter2@aol.com. Okay. Let's just say, for example, that's their username. I mean, that's their email. So I will go look in my current list. I will look at email. I will go contains that email. And I will search. If I find someone here, then I know they came in through this email, right? Say, hey, this person came in. I found this person. Let me see where this person came in from. Oh, he came in from CB Law 6. Let me go to my numbers. Oh, this is CB Law 6. So I can say maybe this is CB Law 6, this section. And I go, hey, I've actually got a sale from this one. I got one sale. And so what you want to do is cost per CPA. This is cost per acquisition. What is it costing you to get a new basic, right? So what you do is you just go. So let's say I have let's say I have two. Let's say I got 2 sales. And so what you can do is you can go like this. You go, well, I'm looking at what is it going to cost me every time using this method to do this. So what you can say is like, okay, I got 2 sales. 2 people's emails are tied to CB Law 6. I've spent $177, and that's about $88 to acquire per person. So if I can extrapolate that, if this kept getting bigger, let's say it's 1,077, I continue to do this, then I know it's going to cost me $88 to continue basically purchasing a new customer. The cost to acquiring a new customer is CPA. Okay. So that's kind of like, in a nutshell, the easiest way, simplest way. I don't want to drown you with more information. You want to be able to just figure out your clicks, your cost, your leads, your cost per lead. You don't have to do this, but this is what I do. And I really are interested in cost per lead, because if I don't make any sales, let's say I make 0 sales, okay, so it's like 0. I mean, I spent $177 making 0 money, but I'm like, I'm still generating leads, and I like those leads. Why? Here's why I like those leads. I like those leads because I look at add URL, contains, actually, watch this, CB Law 6. I'll go down here, export as a CSV file. Open that up. And what I'm really interested in is this. Zoom in. Zoom in. I'm interested in the fact that I'm building a list. USA, 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 Canada, USA, 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 USA. You see that? So I'm looking at this, as a marketer, I was like, well, look, I didn't make any sales. That's not great. But I'm generating leads that are in the North America region, 99% USA for $432. I'll continue doing that. Why? Because generally people in North America have credit cards, and people have credit cards, they definitely want to pay off their credit card. They want to get out of their job. And this is where the autoresponder kicks in. So really dive into kind of figuring out where you want to go with this information, how you want to use it. I use CPC Broker really tied into my Aweber, using trackers and doing a basic cost analysis. Will I continue buying this? Personally, for me, even at 0 sales at 432, guess what? I'm still buying it. I don't even know how many sales I have right now. I haven't checked because you have to manually check it. 432, I'm continuing to buy it. For 432 North American leads, I will still continue to do it. And just make sure your actual web link is right, because if your web link is wrong, you can spend $1,000 and you'll never get a lead because it's wrong, right? Make sure it's active. If you look at your status, it'll actually tell you all the IP addresses, what you're paying per click. And it actually tells you, your cost per click, which is pretty cool. So if you want to be able to put that into your spreadsheet, you can. Your cost per click, your CPC right now is it's like 82 cents. CPC is like 82 cents, which is not bad. I mean, you want better, you want cheaper, of course, but these are all benchmarks, and this is why I say you should be using CPC Broker, using our affiliate link of CPC Traffic Monster, all right? Because if you're getting this training, it's because you bought from us, and if you haven't, buy from us, okay? It helps us fund our marketing so we can do more testing for you guys and give you some more cool trainings like this. But this is kind of where you want to be. Now, how much traffic have I bought? I bought a lot. 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 2,000, 400, 2,000, 200, 2,000. And a lot of this is from co-ops. I've been doing, hyper tracker links. I'm doing a lot of testing. I'm testing, average cost per clicks, how much do I really want to spend? Are the leads aren't any good? Just remember what your end result is. Your end result is this. You're trying to build a responsive list. All right. That's it. Build a responsive list. But if you're not getting any leads, there is no list. So some of you are like, I have to get a sale. I have to get a sale. I understand the need to get a sale. I understand that. But really, it's the list. Because, maybe about 97%, 3% here, 3% were probably by Empower Network, right? Depending on your autoresponder follow-up, how well you connect with your people. But 97% won't. But guess what? I sell them Magnetic sponsoring. I sell them HostGator. I sell them my own trainings. I sell them coaching. This is how you make more than $1 per subscriber, right? Per month. But Lawrence, you just spent $4 for that lead. Yeah, I spent $4 for that lead one time. But if that lead continues to stay with me and he always or she always continues to pay me more than $1 on average, more than $1 per subscriber, I make money in 4 months. My actual earnings, I'm usually around $4 per lead. So I'm like, as long as that person stays in for 1 month, that average person will probably pay me about $4 a lead. I'm gonna break even very, very quickly. It's just, how long can you do paid traffic? It's really depending upon, what you're willing to spend, what kind of lead generation you're wanting to do. If you can't stomach paid traffic, just buy a little bit. Buy $200 a month, buy $100 a month, and then everything else go organic and outsource that, spend your money on that. But really, I like to have a mixture of everything. Okay, so I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you learned from us. Share CPC Traffic Monster. All right, I'll write it here. It is CPC Traffic Monster. There's actually no www, right? Don't do www. Just do cpctrafficmonster.com. All right, and I appreciate you guys. Spread the love, send them our way. And if you have team members who want to learn how, we're using this will be put into the autoresponder so you can learn from it. Thanks, guys.